In 1840, one man transformed travel in Britain. His name was George Bradshaw, and his railway guides inspired the Victorians to take to the tracks. Stop by stop, he told them where to travel, what to see, and where to stay. Now 180 years later, I'm making a series of journeys across the length and breadth of the country to see what of Bradshaw's Britain remains. We are at Highbury and Islington high level. Down there is Highbury and Islington low level. There's only one lift connecting the two platforms, and there's no train service, even though there doesn't need to be. So you know what that means? It's time for a pointless journey. Our journey starts at Highbury and Islington high level, where we take the London Overground down the North London line to West Hampstead. Here is a short walk to West Hampstead Thameslink, where we take the Thameslink up the historical Brighton main line to the picturesque and bustling city of Brighton. Here, we take the long-haul journey down one of the most beautiful lines in the country to Southampton Central. From Southampton, we make our way to Winchester to catch a connecting service to Clapham Junction. From Clapham Junction, we make our way to Wimbledon to catch the Thameslink to King's Cross, which then we switch branches and take the Thameslink to Finsbury Park, where we make our final change onto the Great Northern service to Highbury and Islington low level. Bradshaw says the Brighton terminus is an elegant structure, fitted up in the most convenient manner. There's a portico of Roman architectural style which projects pillars onto the street and is cemented by an illuminated clock. With the emergence of the newly completed Brighton Main Line, merchants who formerly made Dulwich or Dalston the boundaries of their suburban residences now have their mansions on the south coast and still get in less time and by a less expensive conveyance to their counting houses in the city. Excursions are now made with greater facility and possibly more enjoyment to Brighton than would have a few years back sufficed for the commonplace pilgrimage to Hampton Court and a constant succession of trains. On the topic of the Brighton Main Line, completed in 1841, the Brighton Main Line, also known as the South Central Main Line, is a major railway that links Brighton on the south coast of England with central London. In London, the line has two branches out of London Victoria and London Bridge stations respectively, which join up in Croydon and continue on towards Brighton as one line. Bradshaw says on Southampton that the station, which is close to the quay and has a commanding position on the banks of the Southampton Water, is admirably adapted to the convenience of passengers. On their way to the High Street, the traveller will obtain a favourable view of the picturesque bay, bounded on one side by the sheltering glades of the New Forest, and opening on the other to the Channel and the Isle of Wight, with a series of beautiful views that meets the eye, which cannot fail to charm by their exquisite contrast and variety. On leaving the terminus by the Old Line Gate, we pass the platform, the old castle, lately the Goal, and a little further down is the new corn market on the site of the old custom house. And turning to the right, we enter one of the finest streets to have ever ornamented a provincial town, this being High Street, a prominent object in which is the old bar gate which formed the principal entrance to this town. We are now on the longest leg of our journey. We are travelling down the absolutely beautiful West Coastway Line completed in 1889. The West Coastway Line connects Brighton to places such as Littlehampton, Portsmouth, Chichester and Southampton. We are on board one of my favourite trains, a Class 377 Electrostar, constructed by Bombardier Transportation between 2001 and 2014. These trains have become a staple of British Rail in the 2000s, serving many operators such as South Eastern, C2C, Great Northern, Great Western Railway and Southern Rail. We're now on the leg into London, up the South Western Railway on board a Class 444-0. By now it was quite late and dark, so we were unable to get any shots of the scenery, but I absolutely love this route. It's one of those lines where you can just sit back, relax, and let the beautiful landscapes fly by. We'll be taking this line again in this series, where we'll hopefully be able to capture more of this absolutely stunning line. We now take a connecting train to Wimbledon, this train being a 40-year-old Class 455, which was nice. Unfortunately, these trains will be leaving SWR by the end of 2024, to be replaced by the steaming pile of shit that is the Class 701 Aventra. Anyway, back on track. We're taking this train to Wimbledon, where we will once again join the Thameslink network to Finsbury Park. We are now on the final leg of our journey to Highbury and Islington low level. Overall, this journey has been enjoyable and relaxing, though there is not much to be said for the seat comfort on these Class 700 and 717 Desiro City units operated by Great Northern and Thameslink. Even though we were sat in first class for the journey to Brighton, the seat was comparable to an unpadded ironing board with the sheet of concrete over it. Even then, I think that would be more comfortable than those seats. Considering Thameslink runs services of up to 3 hours long, this level of comfort, especially for first class, should be considered illegal. Standard class has the same problem as first class. The seats are uncomfortable and hard as rocks. The same thing goes for Thameslink and Great Northern, the one I'm sat in now. Otherwise, the journey has been really fun and I look forward to the next episode. Anyway, we're now at our destination, so I bid you adieu.